Hi, today we talk about a graphic equalizer from Marantz, model number EQ340. This graphic analog stereo equalizer is from 1985, made by Marantz. It's highly desirable. It's one of the favorite equipment of audiophiles all over the world because its total equalization is based on a transistor. There's no integrated circuit or microprocessor chip inside, so it's a basic analog equalizer. So I would like to show you the circuitry inside and talk about it, how this thing works. So if you can see it. So basically this is a step down transformer. So 220 voltage or 110, whatever you choose, goes inside here, and it goes out 12 volt alternating current, and then it goes here at the bridge rectifier. Basically, if you see the circuitry, it's a preamp. It's a preamp, two separate channels. So from here to downwards is just a one preamp, and up is another preamp. These are the inputs. So here you have a LM, here you have a 70M 18 transistor from JRC, Japan Radio Corporation. Very good one. They are used for voltage regulation. So the alternating current is coming here, and in the parallel they also attach to the base and collector of the transistor 4700 microfarad electrolytic capacitor. So you can see it. So one channel 12 volt are converted complete regulated direct current and feeding this circuit, and other channel is going over there. So basically, if you see, I show you the in front now. So here you have 10 channels for the different frequencies. This equalizer is capable to equalize between 10 Hz to 30 kilohertz, but human ear listen up to 22, 24. Only the small children, infants, they can hear more than 30 kilohertz frequencies, very high pitch. So this is 31.5 hertz, 63 hertz, 125 hertz, 250 hertz, 500 hertz, 1 kilohertz, 2 kilohertz, 4, 8, and 16. From 16, if you bring it up, it goes till 30 kilohertz. So how any equalizer work? I try to describe it in the circuit. I think some of my subscribers, they wanted to know how equalizer works, so I can try to describe it. So basically, equalization is the process when you have an audio output, and if you take the audio output, one goes to further amplification at the preamp level, and if you bring it back and feed into input again, and if you put a variable resistor in series, so you can adjust the input. So amplified signal going back as a feedback to the circuit, and you can control it a variable resistor to low and high, then it changes the frequency, and that how the certain frequencies are amplified and certain they are getting nulled basically. So that's the process. The heart of this equalizer are these small transistors. These are 2SE 2632 NPN silicon transistor, and they have a cutoff frequency up to 80 megahertz. Usually they are used in the oscillator circuits also, but here Marantz use them for the feedback. So if you see, you can count them. You have a 10 channel input, and you have a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these ones are controlling on the left side of the channel, and this below are the right channel, stereo channel. if you can see it or not. Let me see, to go back down. So these are equalizing the left channel, and these ones are connected down here, which basically these all frequency, these are variable resistors. So you change the resistance and the feedback frequency differs, so certain frequencies get amplified and certain frequencies get null down. That's the process. So each and every transistor, so you have to feed the frequency of output, and then you control through the variable resistor in front. So these are the variable resistor. When you change the resistance between the circuit, so it let the output goes back into the input, but you control it, how much it has to go. Here nothing will go, here you are adding little bit. So here there is no resistance when it's on the, so then all the frequency passed down, and that feedback process in every channel reflects on the different frequencies. So amplification is the same, done by 2SC2632 NPN silicon transistor, which I show you inside. But these resistors, they have a different values. They are not all of them same values. If they're all same values, then you can only control a certain slot of the audio frequency. So they are different. As soon as the frequency goes high, the resistance gets low, and the low frequency, the resistance goes high. So different variable resistance are applied here in the sequence, and that's how you control the input, and then you have a certain frequencies sound getting amplified and equalized further to the preamp and goes to the final amplifier. That's the process. Why this is desirable? Basically because it's all analog, it's not digital. Recently, after 80s, what companies are doing it, so you have an audio signal which is purely analog. They are converting to the digital through audio digital converter, and when it's converted into the digital binaries, then over there with the microprocessor you can control it, certain frequencies to be amplified, certain frequencies to goes out, and that's called synthesizer basically. And those are also effective, but when it's purely analog system, then you don't lose the warmth of the audio signal, which remain analog. And that's how some people, they say that the tubes produce much better sound than the transistors, and transistors much better than the integrated circuits, and so on basically. So when the signal is analog, then it's a more pleasant, it's more warm. And if it's controlled by the synthesizer, which is the chip basically with a processor inside, then yeah, it's a very sharp, and it has a very low cutoff frequency also, so you can increase the bass and treble with those processor, but the sound quality differs basically. And if you have a high frequency digital analog converters, then the quality is high. But with the normal one like 90 kilohertz with the 16-bit stream, you don't get as good quality as the analog does. So that's the whole idea about this equalizer. Similarly, this is not an invention of Marantz. This is the basic principle. The Pioneer has done it, the Sony has done it, and the Technics, they have done it, and all other major brands, they have done it the same process. And I would like to show you one more thing. Maybe you find it interesting. You might be able to see this you might be able to see this 470 microfarad capacitor, picofarad capacitor. Is actually connected to one lead, is connected to the chassis, other goes to the earth of the whole PCB, the power circuitry, the printed circuit board basically. So this is very good. Now that the most modern ones, they use a lot of plastics, so they don't use it. and those they have a tendency to get interference. Basically, if the mobile phone is near or there is other electronic device, then those interference also picked up by the equalizer and amplifier, the quality get distorted. So what Marantz has done it, and all high quality audio equipment, so they ground it, the body, and they use metallic chassis, and so all the interference has to go down to the earth. And it's also important when you attach the phonograph and the amplifier, all need to be earthed together, so they don't need to pick up another frequency or the harmonics which can get interfere with the audio frequency which you wanted to listen. And that's very important. So this is a good thing. If your audio equipment doesn't have such thing inside, you can just connect it chassis together. The amplifier, the preamp, and the driven element can be a CD, tape, MD, or phonograph. So all the chassis need to be connected and earthed together in order to avoid interference. So that is the note on that. I thought that I could share with you guys, and one of my subscriber he requested that if I can describe the analog graphic equalizer and their functionality. So if you get this is a highly desirable 1985. If you get this somewhere on the eBay or somewhere else, online, you just buy it. It's a good equipment. Yes, there is no comparison with the digital synthesized equalizer. This is a really good stuff. Thank you for the watching. Till next time. Bye bye.